You can be able to make $100 on Deriv using these new features in very few minutes. I think less than 10 seconds, you'll be able to make $100 very easily. However, this is a very kind of risky kind of investment or a feature they've added, and I'm going to show you a step-by-step process on how to access that feature of trade type. So when you come to DTrader, you will be able to see other platforms, but we want to only focus on DTrader because on DTrader we have more trade types that I want to show you. So you will come here and click here, and then it will be able to show you the trade types that we have here. I made a video on multipliers. You can go back and check on that. But in my previous video, realized that we only had two, the multipliers and options. Those were the two options here. So options is where you are able to predict whether the price will rise or fall, and they give you a fixed kind of payout or prediction of profit. While multiplier is where you trade, and it's somehow like leverage, but they give you a multiplier. For instance, if it's times 400, if a price rises by 1%, then it increases in profit by times 400, right? The same or the vice versa also is true. If you lose, you also lose 400 times. But in today's video, I want to focus on this accumulator because this is a new feature, and you can see they've written here new. So when you go to accumulator, then click on it, it will take you to this particular page. And I want you to note something. So accumulator means if you're using 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, when you click on the price, if you can see this bar here, this top and this low, if your price ranges inside here, then that means you will win. But if the price jumps out of that particular bar, then you lose. You lose your whole amount. This is not like multiplier. And that's the reason why I said it's a bit riskier, because you lose everything. Okay? So, but if you also win, you win in a very short time. It will take you a very short time. But it's more riskier when you are trading with 5% as compared to 1%. So 1% will be at least not that riskier. And I want to show you starting with 1% so that you see what you do. Now, one thing with here, we don't need the candlestick because they have not added any kind of candlestick here that you can be able to see. But when you go back to, for example, multiplier, you'll realize the bar for, let me click here and you see what I'm trying to mean. So this one is not on the accumulator where you can add in minutes. It's purely traded on ticks. So there is no, and there's nothing like the candlestick here. So let me go back here. So we're going back to accumulator, and so I want to show you how you can trade it. So if we choose, for example, 1%, and then I want to trade my stake. So we choose stake. Let me use $100, and then my profit. Let me use 10, and I want you to see how faster this thing will be achieved. If we are trading on, or 1% will take more time. So let's see how long will it take to achieve that, or we are going to lose. So if it goes outside that, then we are going to lose. And this one, realize it's going for 300 ticks. So within that particular 300 ticks, if it goes outside, we lose, right? It has achieved our target. You see, we have already gotten $10. We've already gotten $10. So that's how fast it is. So I want to go for 5 ticks because that is the extreme other side, and you see also how faster it is. So I want to click it, and you see how faster it's going to achieve that. In a very few seconds, it had achieved the target. So I want to increase the number, and you see also on part of losing, if it will be able to achieve the target or we are going to lose this particular trade. So that means the more you stay in the market, the more you can easily lose. So let's see. So we are going for 300 ticks, and if it doesn't achieve that, we have lost. So what you realize, we have lost everything. Those are $100 we have lost. That's how risky it is when you're trading the accumulator. All right. I want us to go to the one for 5%, and we want to see if we can make a trade. We can make a profit. So this one is going for 60 ticks. We are lost. We are done. We have lost it. So you lose everything in a spur of a second. Let us try again and see if we can achieve the target. So it's very fast. Every tick gives you a lot, a huge. As you can see, it's moving. We have lost. So that's how faster this thing is. And you see, in a very few seconds, you can make a huge amount of money, but at the same time, you can lose a lot of money. But from my own point of view or opinion of what I've seen, if you put a very small amount, like this one, and you don't go for many ticks, like, okay, let me use a small amount for people who, all right, I want to get okay, let me use 100, and then I want to get $10, and I want to use 5%. So I want you to see what will happen. So if I click it, it's going to take a very short time before it hits the win. It's take a very, I think 2 ticks before it just hits the win. So that's how it is. So for this one, you'll go for 60 ticks. For this one, you're going for 300 ticks. Okay. And the middle here varies. If we go here, it will indicate for us, this will be 150 ticks. As you can see here, the maximum payout you can get from this is $10,000 USD. This one, you will be able to go for 90 ticks. This one, it will be able to go for 75 ticks. And this one for 5%, sorry, will be 60 ticks. All right. So this is a new thing or a new trade type on Deriv, and you can be able to utilize it very easily and trade as much as you can. So you can try it at your own time, but I'll only advise you only trade with the amount that you're willing to lose. Don't invest much amount of money that maybe you borrowed from someone or somewhere else, because possibility of you losing is also very, very high. So thank you so much for watching. Maybe in my next video, I'll be making another video to show you something new on options, because, or was it options? Let me see. Yeah, options, we have a new feature they have added from the previous one, which was high and lows, digits, and so on. So we have vanilla. So I'll be making a video on that, because I don't want to make this video to be very long. So for free bot, please ensure you check my description on how to get it. I'll always outline on how to get it. Also remember to join my Telegram group for you to access everything that you want in the previous things that I've files that I've been able to post there. So thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video.